well. How are you?
I'm really good, really good. I feel like it's a good energy. We're heading towards the end of 2025, and I think there's so many people that are probably really happy to get this year behind them.
Yes, many. I think I've
Yeah,
probably seen one person that has absolutely loved this year. So,
yeah.
yeah, I think we've all
It's
felt
it.
it this year.
Yeah, there is definitely some energy of this, like, I want to say, obviously, that snake energy is that hibernation and letting
Hmm.
go. Like you mentioned, all of that this year, and it's certainly been a strong pattern, I feel, through many people that I've spoken to. So, for our listeners, and we've already got some people joining us, and we had over, I think it was over, gosh, let me just check now, nearly over 50 questions. So, we're going to see
Wow.
how we go for time because a lot of people have lots of questions for you. But I'd love you to start with telling our listeners a little bit about how you tap into energy and intuition and a little bit of your story, Marnie.
Okay. It's tapping into energy for me has always been natural. It's something I've always done for as long as I can remember. I'm guided by like my feeling, so my
Hmm.
instinct, and I've always learnt to trust it. So as little as 4 or 5 years old, I always knew spirit was around us. I always saw colours around people, and I just naturally thought everybody could do that.
Hmm.
My grandmother, my paternal grandmother, was around me from a very, very young age because she passed when I was 18 months old. And she used to tell me little snippets, and I'd be confused when we couldn't go and see her, but we'd go and see my maternal grandmother. So it was
Wow.
just
Mhm.
always part of me, and premonitions and dreams and all that sort of stuff used to just come and flow. Could tell when somebody was lying, could tell when there was more to a story. And it's always showing up as like a colourful field, if I can explain it that way.
Hmm.
Mm.
Amazing. So when you're looking at people, you're seeing energy or feeling it. Yeah.
As I grew up, as I got into adulthood, I learnt to switch it off. And even now, I can't explain how I do that to you. I can look at somebody and just see their face, or I can kind of switch it on and go, right, let me see the colours around you. So,
So incredible. Such an
yeah, it's a
incredible
fun
skill.
business.
But I know you've often said, Marnie, that many people can tap into this intuition and they can do a lot of the work for themselves. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about that? Like, we're not necessarily born with it, it's something we all have access to.
We absolutely all have it. So we're all similarly built. We all have an intuition. We all have an energetic field. We all have senses, just like we do the physical senses, touch, taste, smell, hear, talk, all of those. We also have the psychic side. So on some level, we're strong in one of those. So whether it's hearing, whether it's seeing, whether it's feeling, whether it's knowing, and then there's minor level of psychic senses. So all of us have it. It just depends where our strengths lie. And that's part of the discovery that I help people with, where that lies.
Mm.
Yeah.
So interesting. Now we've got about, I can see people have already joined us. If anyone's joined us, you're welcome to post in the comments and say hi, introduce yourself, just make sure it's all working properly. And
Yeah.
yeah, and then we'll get into it. But before we do, I wanted to chat a little bit about, we did an episode, a podcast episode that's coming out on New Year's Eve. So everyone can have
Mhm.
a listen to it then. And it's all about the planning for 2026. So without spoiling it too much, can you tell our listeners a little bit about the energy for 2026 and what's in store and what they should start to think about now?
Okay, well, it is really different to this year, let me tell you. It's interesting how the energy has lined up in the centuries. So why, it comes in a numbered year, like 1 to 9, and then we start over again. And
Mhm.
the 9 is always a letting go and offloading, a recognition sort of year. It's an intense, we've got to double down on ourselves and feel. And then the year that follows that, which is for all of us, it's next year, we go into a 1, and it is completely different. It is starting over afresh. So
Mhm.
if you have done the work this year on whatever level that's needed, then you are ready for next year. If you haven't done the work, and it's unique to all of us, so I cannot say, hey, Rachel, you need to do this, this, and this before next year. I
Mhm.
need to do something different. Like everybody watching today has to do something unique to them. And next year, we move forward. It is a progressive and moving forward year, and it can leave you
Wow.
behind in a big way.
So we've still got time. That's the good news, right, Marnie? How
We've
long have we
still
got?
got time. Yes. So, oh gosh, I mean, there's always what do you call it? Kind of an adjustment period when we go into fresh energy. So we do have probably a month, and January is a great one for that. It also, in Chinese astrology, it is all of January that's still year of the snake. So we have that time to really reflect on what this year's taught us, but also what do we not want to bring into next year, and what do we really
Mhm.
want for this year.
I like that. So it's
Mm.
like forward thinking and planning yourself. And if you haven't
Mhm.
done the work, there's still time over this Christmas New Year break to
Yeah.
really think about what do you want to get rid of? What do you want to change for 2026?
That's right.
Good
Next
news.
year is a progressive
Mhm.
year. So even if you still have work to do, as long as you're progressing forward, okay,
Yeah.
it'll
hmm
work well for you.
Definitely. Which is good
I'm
news. And I
saying,
know it's been yeah, it's been a lot of heavy energy, and I think, we as an energy therapist, like you obviously do so much work in this space, and I know for a lot of people listening, particularly in Australia and around the world, have been really impacted, by the events of this week in Sydney, and our hearts are broken for,
yeah,
all the Jewish
absolutely.
community and family, and sometimes a lot of this information is really heavy. And how do we protect our energy? I'd love some advice for anyone listening who might just be feeling really sad and even about
Mm.
the future and opportunity, like what kind of tips can you give us?
So essentially, people need to feel the feels. When we're hit with news and events like this, it comes as a shock. So shock can disassociate us. And then the flood of emotions come. We can get really upset. We can get angry. We can become numb from it. Even if we're not directly related to anybody or anything that happened, as a whole country, as the whole world, we feel. So processing those emotions, like letting yourself feel them and doing it within yourself rather than sort of having a go at somebody else or getting on social media and joining in on the rage that's going on is probably best. Like take a step back and recognize how you feel and what it makes you feel. And then it's kind of right. Is my anger or is my sadness, is that going to help the situation? Or, what is it fueling here? So I think having that presence of thought is going to really help
Mhm.
the sort of big picture and how to move forward with it. Then it's a matter of, we're on the other side of the country. We can feel really helpless, if you're in WA or if you're in any of the other states or across the world. So one really good thing, if you can't give money, you can't give time, you can't give those things. When we think about this that's happened, the victims and the injured, what we can do is send some beautiful, calming, peaceful thoughts. We can also conjure a colour to send to them as well. Now, I know people will probably think, oh, what's that going to do? But like I've been saying, mindset is everything. It
Mm.
creates and it adds to a really beautiful energy. So if we create a colour inside of ourselves and we think, I need to send yellow at this, a really bright, uplifting yellow, that is doing something whether you're aware of it or not. So that's another
That's
way you can
beautiful.
help. Mm.
That's really beautiful. And what's it looking like for 2026? Do we have some hopeful things to look forward to?
We have a lot of hopeful things to look forward to,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of positivity. So there's a lot of new coming in.
Mhm.
Personally, like for every individual of us, we're going to be looking at changes and new energy coming into our lives. So if you're somebody that welcomes change, get ready, you're going to love it.
Mhm.
If you
Mhm.
are resistant to change, then breathe.
You're gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle.
Not necessarily struggle, but
Mhm.
if you're going to resist change, it's going to be put on you anyway. So,
Mm.
and then it's a whole lot harder. So, like everything is going to be reevaluated, everything.
Mhm.
So kind of try and keep an open mind. But my guides literally over a week ago woke me up one morning and kept showing me greener pastures for next year.
Mhm.
And
Mm.
not to wallow in, and this is before what happened on the weekend, not to
Mhm.
wallow in what we've been going through this year. There is a lot to look forward to. I get
That's so
excited when I
good.
hear that.
Yes, that's
So
good,
that's
and that's what we
really
wanna
nice.
tell everyone. We wanna get everyone focused and energized for 2026, and it's
Absolutely.
so great to have some of these incredible questions. But before we start, I'd love to get a bit of an insight, so the audience can understand how you actually tap into that energy and what you're experiencing.
As in the energy of next year?
Oh, sorry, no, for these questions. So when I read out a
Oh,
question, can you
sorry.
explain to me kind of like the pattern of what happens? Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Mhm.
Well, to put it simply, I sit down and I say to my guides, like sometimes they tell me I have to go live, and sometimes it's like, okay, I'm going to go on YouTube. I don't know who I'm reading for. I don't know what questions I've got. Can you be with me? Show me what I need to see and show me what I need to pass on. And that's what I literally do.
Love
And then
it.
I just sit here and empty my head and just go, all right, and wait for the prompt, which is you to read out
Yeah.
the question. Mhm.
And is it visual? Do you visual or audio? Audio? Chloride.
I'm very visual and I
Mhm.
feel, so I use both at the same time. So a vision will appear in front of me. It'll be inside my mind and it'll also be in front of me, and I'll
Mhm.
get like overwhelming feelings and knowing. So it all comes at once like a big ball, and I just start talking. So, and
Love it.
sometimes I'll hear, sometimes I'll get other things. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's get started. Okay, so
Okay.
we have Lee here, and Lee has a question for you. He or she is asking, "Hi, would love an idea of a general feel to 2026 for me. Will I get my writing work up and running? Thanks."
Okay, I am getting a big yes for that. They want this to
Mhm.
happen, Lee. I am getting, please try not to be too ambitious as far as traction with your writing. They're giving, I'm getting goosebumps. So that is always my, like, yes, tell
Yeah.
Lee, pass his message on. And I get this sense of there is momentum here, because when you start, there's a lot of other things clouding or pushing around you that require your energy. And this is why they're saying try not to be too ambitious. I'm getting later in March as the opportunities, the doors are opening for you to do with your writing. I feel like you've been doing tiny little bit. Sorry, they're just touching me and it's all very goosebumpy down the side here. I'm getting the right side of me. So this tells me that this is a future motion. There is momentum, as I keep saying with this. It's very exciting that when you get, they keep showing me a door opening. What's happening here? They're showing me someone stepping forward to you. So you need to talk to those you trust around the sort of writing that you're doing, because there's someone connected with somebody that you work with or somebody that you know from a former work employment situation that has a connection that will help your writing go to the next level. So if this is writing
Mm.
courses, this is writing, self-help or programming, this sort of thing they're saying to me will get a leg up from late March onwards. And they're going, at the moment, there's a lot of busyness around you and you really need to uh, shelve some things or complete some things and then make the space available then.
Do you know that really fits with this trend this year, isn't it? Hibernate, let go, and then move forward,
Mm,
go with the horse. That's great. Well
absolutely.
done, Lee. Well done.
That's it.
Okay,
I'm
we've
just
got
going to share. Sorry, Rach.
yeah,
I got the
yeah.
house card.
Oh,
So to me, this says there's a new home when it comes to the writing that you're going to be doing, and the vision that you've got for your writing. There's a new home, a new space for it that's becoming available.
love it. That is
Yeah.
beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, now I have Sue. And Sue's question is, "Hi, Marnie. My question is related to my business. Where do you
Mhm.
see me headed in 2026? And will I be able to sell it in the future couple of years? Thank you.
Yep. So immediately they drop in, not to be too excited about trying to sell. I feel like you've built it up to a certain level, and there has been a little bit of interest, weird way they're showing me, but there's a bit of sniffing around, that people are curious about what you're doing and where you're going with your business. But they're asking you if you can hold on, because there's a whole new opportunity coming here.
Mm,
Oh,
intriguing.
I'm sorry. I'm
Mm.
just trying to figure out where they keep showing me traveling with your business. And I'm just trying to figure out, they're pulling me down and across. So this is
Mhm,
where I'm trying to figure out what direction they're trying to show me.
mhm,
Okay. Where's Sue going with their business? But if you're here in WAC, they're pulling me to outside of the state. If you're
mm,
in New South Wales, if you're in Queensland, they're pulling me outside of the state. So they're taking me away from where you're based, and they're
mhm.
taking me like a further reach, and they're giving me, there's a grant or there's an investor or somebody that's coming very early in February for you that is going to help
Mhm.
bring your business to that next level. And that's why they're saying, please don't be in too much of a hurry to put your business on the market, because you, after next year, yes, you'll absolutely be able to.
So good. Well done, Sue. Lots to look forward to
So,
there. Okay, Valerie. Valerie has a question. Will I
okay.
still have my brick and mortar store in 2026? And yeah.
That's a good one. It's it's not an easy yes or no answer with this one for Valerie. They're showing me where you are at the moment. I get this stay put sort of feeling. Uh, I kind of feel like there's a lease renewal, or they're showing me a contract around where
Hmm.
your business is
Hmm.
in, and this is not about your business selling. This is about, whoop,
Hmm.
sorry, a card's just flown out. They're showing me that the lease needs to run out, or there's a renegotiation going on, and maybe only doing it for a short period. Uh, Look, this came out just then, the house card again,
Oh,
and
wow.
I've been shuffling
Wow.
them. So this
Yeah.
tells me that if you can get momentum going with your business online and give it a home online, you will be able to leave your brick and mortar and expand that way, but not having to be like anchored in one spot.
I hope that helps,
Just,
Valerie.
yeah, I know. I don't like to be vague. I like to give you some specific
Mm,
information, but they're not giving me a point in time next year as far as when that
mhm.
is. So because they kept showing me the contract, it means you need to see out the terms of your contract. If that's coming up in 2 months, then they're saying renew it for a very short time, and then after that you'll be able to get out of it.
There you go. There's your window, Valerie, onto better
Mhm.
pastures. And you know what? Sometimes you need that when you're in that
Mhm.
decision mindset. It's like, do I stay or do I go? That's really,
That's
really
right.
good. So Jade has one here for us. I recently had to decline what felt like a once in a lifetime opportunity that would have set up my career dreams in the right direction. I'm not questioning if this was the right choice. I am now questioning if this was the right choice. And I'm wondering if 2026 will set me on the right path. Will another opportunity like this one come about next year?
So it's interesting that you asked that, Jade, because they're showing me that one of the big reasons why you declined was for a health and wellbeing reason. And they're showing me that you've done it for the right reasons. If you took this opportunity, you would have had to have left early, or you've had to take a hiatus or something like that, because they keep showing me, making me feel my health as, you weren't stuck or anything. That was part of the reason why you had to turn it down, and they're going, well done, you're going to be rewarded in a big way.
Mhm.
They are showing me that your path forks towards weird. They're giving me around the 20th of April, so I don't know why that's very specific. They're showing me your path forward. So there's another decision that needs to be made there, and won't actually be the same company or the same people that you had to turn the job down for, but it will be something very similar, and they're going like this. So it means it'll be a higher level upgrade from what you were offered before.
How
So you've
comforting
done
is
it for
that?
the
Well
right
done,
reasons.
Jade.
Yeah, well done. Something to look forward to there.
That's awesome. Yes, and coming into that go, go, go year makes a whole lot more. The people that slow down to rest for their health, I think will reap the rewards next year
Yes,
for sure.
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I have one from Bernadette.
Mhm.
Bernadette. Will I do well in my new job in 2026 as a custodial officer or a disability support worker?
Definitely the first one, custodial
Hmm.
officer, definitely.
Hmm.
Um, it's where it's going to take you. They're showing me there's so many branches that come off if you take that pathway, the custodial officer, the branches that you'll end up being in some sort of supportive role anyway, when, if you take that one. I just kind of feel that the decision is because you're coming to the end of like a study program or a traineeship or something like that that's happening with you. And Bernadette, they're saying it won't make, you cannot make the wrong decision when you step into the custodial officer, was it role?
Hmm. Yeah.
They're just saying to me when you
Hmm.
go there, because they're showing me a branch, like rivers, and they break off into tiny streams and they go off. And that's what they're showing me. They're saying there'll be so much more. Nothing against disability support worker. I think that would be rewarding for you as well. But I do get a
Hmm.
very clear, lot more options and a lot more satisfaction, job satisfaction there. So
Yeah, that's so positive. I love that.
yeah, I
Katri-
feel for Bernadette because she's juggling at the moment. It is definitely about the satisfaction of the caliber of people she'll be working with and who she's helping. And I feel like the custodial officer might be a bit slow to get off the
mhm.
ground with, but they're reassuring that that would be a better way for you to go.
Better way forward.
Mm.
Love it.
Yep, that one's
So
for
we've got
you, Bernadette.
Katrina.
Yep.
Oh, show me that one again. Let's show the card for Bernadette. Oh, that's
So it's the
lovely.
forgive card, but what I see in that one is that's her, and she'll be helping like the people that's what her heart wants to
Hmm.
do. She'll be wanting
Mm,
to help people. So
that's
yeah.
great. Hmm.
Hmm.
Perfect. Katrina. So Katrina has a few questions. I'm just going to pull one out.
Okay.
How is my health looking?
Okay. Well, they're showing me there's been a heap of tests that you've been having done. I'm getting a real sluggish feeling, and what they're actually pulling me to is sort of in not the chest area, but I don't know if it's the digestive tract or if
Hmm.
it's the liver behind that. Remember, I'm not a doctor here, so I'm just trying to figure out what they're showing me here in
Hmm.
the vision.
Hmm.
There's definitely inflammation going on there inside there. There's a build up. Uh-huh. Okay. And Katrina wants to know how her health is going. They're showing me that there's been a lot of ups and downs and not having the energy that you want to have, like this year, Katrina. And there's other factors, I think, that are determining why your energy levels are really low. And they are showing me a little bit of inflammation in your body. And again, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not quite sure exactly what they're showing me in there. Um, they are telling me that you are breaking free of some of the things that have been causing that low energy. So I'm not going to talk dietary here because they're not showing me those things. They're showing me more emotional things. and you're aware of what they are. And the more you walk away from what has been holding you down next year, as we move into next year, sorry, your guides are saying to me she's going to have a last hurrah over Christmas, do all the things that she knows that she shouldn't do.
Yeah.
But there is an improve. And they're saying with every month that we head into 2026, I just see, especially by June, July, your energy is returning in such a big way. But it's the emotional and it's the mental energy that you've been carrying this year and the years prior that have sort of got you to this place. Let me just see. Sorry, then they're giving me some other information. There has been a lot of tests going on. I don't know, Katrina, if you've had. They keep talking about fluid. I keep hearing the word fluid in my head. So it could be a urine test, could be a saliva test. But they're like, if you're looking for what is actually going wrong on a physical level, it's a fluid test. Sorry, that sounds so weird. Urine test, like I said, spit test. You'll see, you'll get some answers in that.
Could also be Helicobacter. Well, that's all I was thinking of when you were saying that. Can't they do that in a spit test? I think they
Can
can.
they?
Yeah.
Thank you. 'Cause
Yeah, I know. I
that's
think
not
so.
my thing at
I
all.
mean, yeah, and I'm not the psychic, so I won't claim to know either, but
Just because I'm
that was what
psychic
I was
doesn't mean I
thinking
know
of.
what they're talking about.
Yeah, it just was the thing that popped into my head. It's so
Thank you.
terrible when you don't feel well. That's been my problem this year too, Katrina. So I really feel you. It's not good when you don't
Mm,
feel great and you don't have answers and you're trying so hard to get them.
yeah, it's hard.
Mm. Mm. Anything else before we move on?
I did. I got this card for Katrina,
Mm.
and it's the embrace card, but I actually get relief when I see this come out for
Mhm.
you. So I just feel this,
Mhm.
oh, thank goodness. You know, like there is relief for you moving into next year, especially on a health level. All the other things that have been going on, emotional, mental, all of those things, I feel like you've worked really hard to, offload it, get rid of it, sort your life out. And this to me is just like, oh, thank goodness, a relief.
So good. Huge
Yeah.
relief. That's great. Okay, so now I've got a question from Donna.
Okay.
Donna's curious to know, I'm wondering whether my son's health and well-being will recover and whether I can substantially reduce my debt without selling any assets within 12 months.
Okay. Now this is immediately when I felt into Donna's son, I just got this big hit, a wave of energy. Boy, he's been through a lot. Oh, this will be slow progress, Donna. Being patient with him as much as you can. Let me just see if they're going to show me what it feels like. It's not just been one thing with him. Okay. They're showing me my symbol for words being taken out of his mouth. So he's been misunderstood, or somebody has not you. I feel like there's been a male in his life that has, not taken advantage of him, but sort of taken away his ability for confidence. So I feel like that's been a big thing for him this year. And the other thing I feel like too, what they're showing me is, I don't know if he's been in an accident or he's had some sort of trauma, like on a physical level this year. Something like a big whammy. That's what they're showing me. So they are showing me that he will start to see happier days next year, but it's slow. So there will be kind of a 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Let me just say, I'm actually seeing somebody that is later teens. I went to say later teens, early adult, but then they stopped me at teens. So I'm feeling like he's around that age. Let me just say, he doesn't want to be read. Poor guy. Look, they're showing me someone around mid to late teens. Now, if this is not where he's at, if he's younger than that, I'm actually seeing somebody at that age being happy, being well adjusted, finding his spark and friends around him and feeling really good. Now, if he's a bit older than that, they're showing me that he was in a really good place before all this stuff happened. Okay, so what they're saying to me is that he will come back to that, but it will be slow, and they're giving me sort of the next 2 to 3 years. He will make progress. So I just wanna
Mhm.
get a card for him, and sorry, Rach,
Mhm.
the other part of that
Yeah.
question.
The other part was about debt. So whether she'll be able to
Uh-huh.
substantially reduce her debt without selling any assets within 12 months.
Within 12 months. Th They are telling me that you may have to sell something. Um, I'm really sorry to have to say that to you.
Mhm.
Give it if you can. They're saying if you get over the next 4 months and you get through okay, you should be okay. But they're showing me
Mhm.
like a car or a boat or a caravan or something to that magnitude that you will have to get rid of or downsize. Oh, okay, I had to get one for your son. All is well.
Oh, oh, that's beautiful.
So the outcome for
Mhm.
your boy is that he will be okay and he will get there. But I just want to reiterate the next 2 years will be steps forward, but he will still
Mhm.
have to have a lot of patience from those that love him and he'll get there. For your
Mhm.
debt, they're just saying substantially reduce. I'm not getting it's going to be a big whammy. I wish I could say you're winning lotto and all of
Mhm.
that will go away. I don't see that, but they're going, give
Mhm.
it 4 months. If you can manage over the next 4 months, you will come out and you'll be okay. They are showing me, like I said, a vehicle of some sort that you probably will have to offload and either downgrade or, get rid of that item just to give yourself some breathing space. Okay.
Mhm.
But what I do know, and just to talk on a general level, the first couple of months of a 1 year and of the year of the horse coming in, it's manic. It's very, very busy
Mhm.
and it's like a swing around. So anybody with debt, anybody wanting to start again or build up on their financial side,
Mhm.
it's kind of a really harsh reality when we go into a year like that because the temptation is, I want to live how I was living. A business has gone down, or we've lost a job, or a separation has happened. We have to recalibrate to adjust to
Yeah.
the harsh conditions on a financial level next year.
Mhm.
So, that I think, as a general rule, you have to navigate very carefully. And the energy of the horse is very indulgent. So
Mhm.
we will want all the things yesterday. We will want to
Mhm.
experience everything when that energy comes in. And that's my word of warning. Just hold off. Plan it
Yeah.
out rather
Pace
than be
yourself.
impulsive. Yes.
Mhm.
So with you, Donna, they're saying give it 4 months. See if you can
Mhm.
keep juggling and managing, and you should be okay with the situation that you're in. They're just bringing forward. It's not all, in your control. I understand that. But they're saying you might just get over the line, maybe have to sell a vehicle or something like that. You'll be okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm.
And as you mentioned about this energy for next year being very, very fast, is it a good year for saving then? Is it more a year for saving than spending, would you say? Or is it a bit of both? Mhm.
It's the energy of everything is, you're
Mhm.
starting again. So you think of the foundations of a house. You
Mhm.
can put your foundations down, but you've got to spend money to build what you're, and especially
Mhm.
new pathways moving forward, money is going to be going out. So as much as I'd like to say, yep, save,
Mhm.
it is a year to capitalize on what you've already set in motion. If you're into the stock market, if you're into Bitcoin, crypto, whatever that sort of thing is, try and be conservative, but it is the horse literally leaving the gate. It will give you a big boom, but be careful. Second half of the year, very likely to bust.
Mhm. Interesting.
Don't be
Interesting.
complacent.
Yeah. It's good to know, especially if we're going into this great energy of the year, go in with caution. I like that.
Yes,
It's good to be
yes,
warned. Yep. So we've
yes.
got Lorraine. Lorraine's up next, and Lorraine's question is: will my health be much better next year in 2026?
Your guides are going, absolutely yes.
Mhm.
Absolutely, yes. You're a very sensitive person, Lorraine, and they're saying the hardest thing, oh, I just got big goosebumps again. The
Mhm.
hardest thing, especially this year for you, not to mention the last probably 10 years, is you pick up on the collective and you're feeling not just your feelings, but you're feeling your
Mhm.
families, your friends, and it goes outwards. So next year, you've been working really hard, they're saying to me, on protecting your energy, on who you share your life with, who you give your energy to this year. And they're saying that's going to bode you well next year.
Mm.
Health wise, they're sort of going like this. Get a how can you build your energy? And this is outside of swimming in the ocean. This is outside of cardio or anything like that. They're saying you need to really generate some positive energy, so you need to get it from a source that will constantly uplift you. So for me,
Mhm.
it's crystals always work in that respect.
Mm.
Having baths, being around really positive people, or only watching really positive things.
Mm.
But they're saying to me, just the momentum of next year, yeah, you're just going to be going. Absolutely.
That's
You're going
so
to love
good.
the energy of next year.
That's so
Definitely.
good for Lorraine. Great news. We've got Jenny up next.
Yeah.
So Jenny, now with Jenny, what will 2026 bring in my family, finance, and health? Well, I guess we need to break that into one. So
We've covered
what should we do here?
finance,
Yes, we
kind of,
covered
what
finance.
finance
Yeah,
can
yeah.
happen.
Looks like. Yep. So let's look
Mm-hmm.
into, we've covered a lot of health, not specific. Maybe we'll just, what will 2026 bring in my family?
Oh, lots and lots. But it's funny that when you started reading that question out, Rachel, they were showing me babies. So, look, I don't know where you're at, Jenny. I don't know if you're expecting or if, one of your kids is expecting, but they
Mhm,
showed me babies immediately. So, growth in the family, if it's not
mhm.
actually having a baby, they're
I
showing,
can see her date, Jenny's date of birth. She's
oh, yeah,
very similar age to my mum, so I do think that grandbabies should be in the cards for Jenny.
grandbabies. Okay. That's a good
Yeah.
one, actually. Can you give me her full date of
Her
birth?
date of birth, yeah, the 21st of August, 1962.
So Leo and Tiger. Oh boy, you're going to love next year, Jenny. You're going to love it. Poor old Tiger has been really struggling in recent years because the energy has been, we have to change, we have to adhere to what the universe wants us to do, what the environment wants us to do. And Tiger are very proactive. They love education, they love knowledge, they love doing things in their own time. And family and finances and everything aside, Jenny, energetically, it's been a bit frustrating for you. So going into next year, being a one and being a horse, you're going to love it. It kind of gives you this open door policy to what would you like. And so more for you, what do you want in your life? Leo loves adventure. So travel would be amazing. Okay. They've just shown me. Now, I'm seeing somewhere tropical. So I don't know if they're talking about Bali, if they're talking about Queensland. That was something that I immediately thought was Queensland as far as going for a holiday, but there's a big group of you. So that's something that there's a lot of encouragement from spirit. And sorry, I'm just trying to see, is that someone coming through? There's a definite energy. I feel like there's a female in spirit trying to come through, but there's a lot going on here because I've got so
Mhm,
many names and everyone
mhm.
going on, hanging around here. So what are you trying to say to me? Somewhere hot, yes. Tropical, yes. Um, she's talking about family coming together. So if you've got family far and wide, they're talking about like family coming together and like a reunion of
Mhm,
sorts. But
mhm.
they're very excited on the other side because I keep seeing a baby, another baby. I'm getting this another baby coming in.
Oh, so
And it's
maybe
a
Jenny, there's
lovely
another
thing.
baby on the way.
There is
I
in your
love
family,
babies.
Jenny. I know. And so the travel is a really nice thing too, because I feel like it's a family reunion or a coming together or a like reconnection of sorts.
Mhm.
Even with, I don't know if you've got a brother abroad, Jenny, but they're saying to me that, sorry, this card's just come out for Jenny. It feels like a
Oh,
family member that's been away that you haven't seen for a really long time, and there has been like a disconnect or a estrangement or something like that. So that's why the challenges card has come out. What they're telling me in spirit is that you're coming back together. There's a reconnection and those challenges, because I keep feeling like someone's jumping over that wall and coming together.
that's lovely. How nice. A family reunion too. That sounds lovely.
It
Love
is
all this
nice. And
positivity.
I know that, like, people say to me, yeah, we can't just travel, we got to pay for this, money's going to
Mm,
come. But trust me, if spirit has anything to do with it, the money will be there for you.
mm. Such a beautiful way of thinking, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Um, so I have another Jenny next, but
Okay.
I also have another date of birth. So if that helps to break the energy from current Jenny, we'll
That's
give you
right.
her date of birth too. Yep.
Thank
So
you.
I'll read you her question first. Or do you want
Mhm.
the date of birth first?
I have the question first, please.
Okay. I've lost my purpose. Please help me with any direction or help connect me to my inner calling.
Oh, okay. So, this is another Jenny.
Yeah.
So with your purpose, the first thing that your guides showed me was it comes from a male in your past that has actually disconnected you from who you truly are. And I actually don't want to talk about a relationship here. I want to talk about a father figure. So this person, and I'm not meaning any disrespect here, but I do
Mhm.
feel that it started there, and you've given and given and given and given and put your energy into other people in your life, that you've lost your essence and your spark.
Mm,
And they're saying from today, and if you're seeing this now, whenever you're seeing this, they're saying you need to start reconnecting yourself back again and what brings you joy. And then from there, you can start building on what your purpose is. And I know if you were sitting in front of me right now and I pose that to you, I know you're going to say, because your guide's sitting here going, she doesn't know. She's going to say, I don't know
Oh,
what makes me happy. So, and
oh,
that breaks me, because I know what that's like. I've been there in my life, and the hardest road to take is figuring out who you are and what lights you up. And that's the
mm,
first step. As much as sometimes guidance will say this is what you need to do, but the first thing they showed me was a male from your past that initially disconnected you. So that's part
mhm,
of what you need to do, because what I do is I feel forward into the days, the weeks, the months, and then the years, and it's
mhm,
open ended. I can't feel when you're going to find your purpose at this
mhm.
point. That doesn't mean you'll never find it. It just means they want you to reconnect with yourself and figure out what you want, and then, you know what, I can go next month. You're going to find it once I know you're doing that.
That's a That's such a process when there's been such a disconnect at any point in age. Like, I know this even looking
Yeah.
at healing, inner child healing and going back in time. Sometimes we
Mm,
need to make peace with that or go back and learn a lesson. Or when I say go back, it's just thinking about how we were thinking or reacting in those moments to know
of
what was taken
course.
away. It's
Yeah.
interesting. It's really interesting, a lot of that work. I
Yeah.
hope that Jenny can find something. Is there anything else we could recommend for her?
Can you give me her date of birth, please?
Yes. So the 15th of the 12th, 1961.
Oh, you're a Saggy. Okay, and you're an Ox. Okay. I mean, Saggies are really adventurous. They're fire signs. Oh God, Jenny, you're going to love next year. Let me tell you, you really are. You're going to love next year, because it's a fire horse year. It's your energy. You're on the same wavelength. You're really, I was just about to say, you need to be indulgent and try all the things next year. So all those bucket list things, all those things that you've held back on. Now, the year of the Ox, again, it's going to be a really good year for you. Ox is the plotter. Ox is the giver. Ox is the, I want to be loved and I nurture everybody in the hope that I get the same in return. and they can get really bogged down in, their purpose, as in, my family needs me, or my work needs me, or, and you put a lot of attention onto that. Ox tends to find the tough path because they believe there's no achievement without hard work, right? Next year, the horse is not afraid of hard work, but the energy of a one and the energy of the horse is like, I need you to have fun. So, Jenny, that is your mantra for next year. Fun. You just got to have
I
fun.
love that. Do you
So,
know, I was just going to say to you, it's so interesting that you say that, Jenny. I think you really should have fun. That was actually the word I
mhm,
chose for next year as well. I did my review and I was like, my word is
yes,
fun. I think it's a year of fun next year.
absolutely. And you know
Mm.
what? Out of all 12 Chinese signs, the horse is the one, no disrespect to horses out there, but they never want to grow up. They
Love
are
it.
the
More
Peter
playful.
Pan of the Chinese astrology. So it is all about, the inner child and the frivolous and the fun. And Jenny, when I was shuffling, this card came out, and look, adventure
Oh,
awaits.
yes. There you
I
go,
love it.
Jenny. And maybe that's how she's going to find her purpose. Go do more adventurous things, say yes to more things.
Yeah,
Mhm,
absolutely.
mhm.
So good luck,
That's
Jenny.
beautiful. Love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Next up, we've got Julie. Oh, Julie's got a good one. I like these questions.
Okay. Hi,
And
Julie.
again, I do have a date of birth if you need it.
Okay.
Will I find my soulmate in 2026?
Oh, okay. First thing, they immediately go, be careful with soulmates.
Mhm, mhm,
They're showing me, Julie, for you, you've got to make the soulmate connection with yourself. Um, they're saying you've learnt a lot through a relationship that you had where I feel like he took so much from you, and we're not talking about physical things, and not the same as what I was talking about with Jenny. But I don't know if you're a healer, Julie, if you're somebody that likes to fix things for people, but what they're asking you to do is, okay, what are you showing me? Sorry. They're very distracting. Oh, okay. They're showing me you dancing, and it's sort of a metaphor for you've skirted around, you've had some fun, you've done some dating, or not much,
mhm,
but you sort of entertained. I guess that's the best word they're showing me. You've entertained one or two in recent years, and it hasn't felt right. And there's this loud applause in my head because they're saying you are
mhm,
listening to your energy, you're listening to your instincts. And they're saying that's great, that's what we want you to do. Now, there is probably another one coming for you. I'm trying to nail exactly what time of year that's coming.
mhm,
You've had soul experience. They keep bringing up this whole soulmate thing. They're saying you've had soul connections with the relationships you've had in your life. And gosh, I'm only feeling maybe two. So they're saying you've had that connection with, the past. And they're saying, but this one is being very clear that you want someone as an equal and that you want to retain your independence. And I think that's where the wrestle is with you in having a relationship is you don't want to lose who you are or the independence that you've built.
mm,
And I think that's so admirable. Now,
mm.
it's not typically a romantic or a falling in love sort of year next year. I'm not saying it won't happen. People will meet each other. But they're saying to me it's really going to be when you're not looking, when someone comes into your life next year. Okay, and they just said he's got a boat.
Mm,
I'm sitting here going, what sort of boat? There's something about boats with this fella that you'll know is the
okay.
right person. Now, give me
Mhm.
date of birth, please, Rachel.
Okay, 19th of the 11th, 64.
You're a beautiful Scorpio. Okay, and you're a dragon. That's why they're showing me. Scorpio dragon, the deep feeler, not great in expressing themselves, but you're very lovey-dovey. The dragon is, it's all instinct with the dragon. Your magical dragon and horse get on like this. Great energy for you next year. You're going to love it. This is why I keep saying the dancing, the entertaining, but you won't just allow anybody to come in. I get it, Scorpio, once bitten, twice shy. Absolutely. Oh, they keep showing me there's 2 potentials for you next year, but they won't tell me a time
Ooh,
frame. So,
2
when they do
potentials.
that, 2 potential.
Mhm,
So the feathers cards just come out. Now, this is my
mhm,
spirit card. So I do feel that this is divinely guided, and they are giving me, see the yellow feathers in there? The
mhm,
yellow feathers are the sign and something to do with a boat.
mm.
I wish I could
There
be
you
more
go.
specific, but they're like, nope, we're going to leave it like that. So there you go,
Some
Joey. I hope
that's
that
a
helps.
little at least you look out, Julie, for the guy with the boat and also the yellow feathers? Yellow feathers.
Yellow feathers. Yeah.
Love it, love it. Okay, so let's have a look here. I've got one from Caroline.
Hmm.
So Caroline's question, I love this question, is it's a very general question, it's not a personal question, but how do we leverage untapped horse energy?
Untapped horse energy.
Mm, yeah.
Oh, do you know how you can leverage it? By resting.
Okay.
Because horse never rests. Horse
Okay.
pushes and gallops and goes. And the one thing a horse personality and horse energy must learn to do, because as the universe works in yin and yang, it's always about balance. You must learn to rest, because it's in the
Okay.
resting moments that the epiphanies happen, that the breakthroughs happen, that the
Mm,
information you seek is coming. So if you're by nature, Caroline, if you're a person that is, I push myself, I work, I've always got a project on the go, or there's always something, and that's you naturally, then it's only going to enhance that for you next year. And the one thing we all have to learn in a horse year is to breathe and
mm.
rest.
I like
So
that.
it's
So
it's funny.
with
Sorry, Rach, this came
oh,
out.
no go.
Or
Oh,
that's the
what is
card
that
that
one?
came out. So this one,
Mhm,
I'm just getting all the colours behind her there as far as the balance goes. All our
mhm,
colours need to be in flow and balance.
mhm.
And if they don't, they'll be out of control, and we won't actually achieve anything next year.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Interesting. So with the rest, what I wanted to clarify was when you were talking about that, my mind immediately went to creative, right? Because whenever you're
Mhm,
creative in quiet, your brain can go
mhm.
to so many other places. So when you say rest, is it just resting asleep, like resting, or is it also just quiet time, like sitting and meditating and being quiet and still with yourself?
It's a bit of both, really. I mean, we can be laying on the couch all day, every day, and if this is still buzzing or we're on phones or
Mhm,
whatever, that's not resting. You
mhm,
know, Creativity is fantastic, like you said, because it distracts us and it stops us from, obligations and our route out of our routine. So resting, I mean, even if we're sitting there resting on the couch and watching TV, if our body's relaxed, our mind is off what we're worrying about or what we're doing, that's a good thing. Meditation is brilliant as long as it's just breathing and stilling the mind. If your
mhm,
mind is like me, I get visions, I get spirit talking to me, I
mhm,
get guides, all that, that's not really rest. So
mhm.
I literally have to say to them, no, not now. This is not that time.
Yeah, yeah. Can't imagine, you poor thing. And sometimes you just need that quiet time.
Hmm.
Okay, so I have Chantel next. I say this question for Chantel is in 2026, where should I focus my work so my business can grow substantially, in
Hmm.
reach and impact, and support my long-term goal of buying a home?
Oh, beautiful. I don't know why they're showing me young people. So that's interesting. Can't show me. Oh, God, they're showing me so many different things. Where do I start? Wow, there's a lot. There's a lot. Um, Streamlining processes first. And I didn't even know what you do, Chantel, but they're showing me like streamlining, taking your energy out of the day-to-day. And then, so I don't know if you've got people that work with you that can help you with your business. That would, like, outsourcing would be a really good thing first, just to give you some space. But then I don't know if that's what they mean by putting someone on that's younger, or if they can handle some of the things that you don't need to be looking after. I really wish I knew what you were doing so I could understand the
I can gi-
visions they're giving me.
I can give some insights. I know this
Yeah.
one. Um,
Okay.
some insights here without complicating things. So I'll go.
Mhm.
So she's a naturopath and she also does everything online. So she's an online kind of business and
Mhm.
she wants to grow it, but how can she grow it without impacting? How she can grow it the fastest way, with also,
Yeah.
when you just get busy in lots of different fragmented directions.
That's what
Mm,
they're showing me, because honestly, it's whirring in front of my
mhm,
eyes. And that's why I'm like,
mhm,
oh, wait, because there's a lot going on here. And they keep showing me, like, I don't know if she's handling everything, as in the marketing and the programming and, the admin, the day to day, all of that sort of stuff. They're
mhm,
showing me like outsource one or two of those things just to give her a bit
mhm,
of breathing space.
mhm,
Um, if she's running like group stuff, because I keep saying young, not young as in 5-year-olds, but I'm saying young, like teenagers to young adults.
mhm,
So I think they need a lot of direction. So I don't know if it means creating program to help them, and having it as an automated thing in the background to
mhm.
start throwing that out. There's something else. There's 3 things. And the third one, I hope she's got some programs on the go, because that's something they keep throwing at me that's automated in the background, and that can and generate an income. But there's also, is that what that is? There's opportunity coming next year that you are absolutely not expecting. And I'm trying
Mm,
to grasp exactly what that looks like for you. And they're showing me bigger organizations. So I know it's your own business, but it may mean a collaboration of some sort. But I'm being pulled away from, again, like interstate from where you are. And this could require some travel for you. But I'm seeing things like health, holistic, um, established businesses already that are requiring you to put programs together for them as well.
mhm. Interesting.
Okay. And they're also saying, this is again what, there's so much, Chantel. Oh my gosh. Do you have her date of birth, please?
Yes, I do. 27th of the 1st, 1983.
Oh, Aquarian. Okay. This is why there's so many fingers in different
Mhm.
pies. And 83 is the year of the pig, but no, so she's a doggy. Okay, so the year of the dog didn't finish until the 12th of Feb
Ah,
1983. So
yeah.
she's definitely a year of the dog. Doggy and
Mhm,
horse get on really well. You both run together, you both frolic together. I mean, they're my 2 most favorite animals on the planet. So good year for you. There's a but though. Aquarians have all the ideas and want to instigate them all at once. So that can be problematic for you, especially going into next year. This year is I need to help as many people as I can, but you can't do everything on your own. And next year, the momentum of what 2026 is going to bring is going to get you so excited. You're going to throw yourself into all the things, and they're going, no, you have to be very selective about what you take on.
mm,
If you're doing one-to-ones, you have to pull back on that, because they're going, you need to be doing group stuff. This is where they said you need to set a boundary for yourself by mid-year. So I'm getting late May, and give yourself some writing space, not for your programs, but for your book.
mm,
They
okay.
keep saying that you need to get your book out there. It's about your journey, and it's about how, like, simple practices can help people in everyday life, because people think,
Mhm.
you know, food, nutrition, lifestyle, it costs a lot of money. And they're
Mhm.
saying, Chantel, you've got this in spades. You need to put this book together.
Love that. Another
Okay.
thing
So
to add to the
that's
list, Chantel. It's a great one.
she has to pull back from all the things
I
though.
know, I
That's
know.
what guidance is saying. You're just taking on too
I know.
much. And I understand you can't
Mhm,
always, like,
mhm,
if you've got an income from it, you've got to keep pursuing it,
mhm,
right? But they're saying,
mhm,
no, this at this point, reevaluate and chop a few things off, or put
mhm,
somebody on, maybe on a
mhm,
contract situation, so they look after that side of things for you. So you've got space to do your bigger stuff.
mhm.
But they're showing me
Yeah,
places over east, like big corporate retreats, you know, established health systems that you can actually help with to remodel, and, you know, like a consultancy sort of thing.
love it. That's a really, really good
Okay.
one for Chantel. It's great.
Mm.
Okay, now I have Emma.
Mhm.
Oh, this is an interesting one. Okay, let's look at this.
Okay.
So Emma's curious to know. We've just got a couple of questions, but we'll just focus on one here. Why is
Mhm.
everything leaking in my house or to do with my property? So
Ooh.
yeah, so first of all, it was the house in the kitchen before settlement, and now it's the granny flat or the unit. Um, what is guidance trying to tell me?
Oh, Emma, I'm sorry. You're taking on someone else's energy. So the
Mhm,
history of the property and the place, that poor house has been crying out for some love and some positive energy. So the first thing I recommend doing is doing a full clearing. So I don't know if you're over here, but today was a relatively coolish day. There was a nice breeze, you know, sunny day. Perfect day to do a clearing, not too hot, not overcast. All windows, doors open, and great feng shui tip on all your taps. If you've got leaky taps, tie a red bow on, like, on your
mhm,
taps, because that stops leakages and it stops the flow of your money going out the door as well.
mhm.
Because
I
anything
like
to
that.
do with water costs you a lot of money, right?
Mm,
So that's
yeah.
not friendly, but it's got energy there from previous owners or a previous situation. There's no negative spirit or anything like that. It's just residual energy and it needs to be lifted. Let me just see. Oh, they actually don't want to know that. They keep drawing me to, I don't know if it's the sewage system or pipe. They're going pipes under the ground, pipes.
Mhm,
I've got a lot of problems.
mhm, mhm,
And I'm trying to see if it's in the house, but they're going, no, they keep pointing down like this, down, under, under. So there is some long-standing issues on a physical level with the pipes as well. Oh God. I'm so worried that's going to cost you some money. But do the clearing first. Oh, you poor thing, Emma.
mm.
This house
Especially
is
when you just buy a
really,
property.
I know. That's where I'm feeling
Mm,
so bad for you.
mm,
I feel like it's more connected with the granny flat and the whatever went on there, and where they're pointing underneath the pipes. It could be, if like the way it's been built, like, or the water system under the building, or what's leading to the building out there is causing a lot of the problems. But it, as a sign from the universe as well, it's very much a what is leaking out of your life, right? Are you giving your
mm.
energy away? Is your bank account going down? Who are you giving this energy to? And it's a waste of time. So
So
that's
focus
something
on
to
that.
be aware of.
Tie in
Hmm.
the energy. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um,
That's right.
anything else for Emma before we move on?
Can you remind me of her question again, please? The
Yeah.
house,
So why is
the water
everything
leaks.
leaking in her house? She was just explaining how it happened, and then she said, "When will the renovations get done?" Was the final part of that.
Sorry, I did forget that. Oh, pretty
No, I don't
quick.
think I read it actually, Marnie.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
okay.
Okay.
They're showing me that that will happen pretty quickly once you do the smudge and
Mhm,
once you figure out, because I feel like it's just one thing that's causing all the problems in the house with the water
mhm,
leakages and stuff.
mhm,
So when you figure those things out, they're going, well, when you're ready to get the renovations done. So I feel
mhm,
like you haven't got them started yet, or they've started but they've gone on. I don't know. You need to put your foot down and get them back in again, the tradies.
mhm, mhm. Hard to do, I know, very
I
hard.
know. It
Good
is.
luck, Emma.
Good
Mhm.
luck.
Okay, I have Talia next. Uh,
Mhm.
this is an interesting one. I like this because it's
Okay.
insightful. Unsure if I should have my children 6 and 1 and attend a Steiner school over a local public school. Any guidance would be amazing.
Okay. You know what's interesting is that they're navigating me towards the public school, and I don't know
Hmm.
why. The I sort of don't know much about Steiner schools, but I feel like this confused look on your face. That's why they keep showing me. I keep seeing this confused look on your face if you start your kids at the Steiner school next year. I don't think it's a bad thing, but you're a little bit confused about what you have been told and what is actually happening when they're in that school system. The public school, they're showing me that you're very intuitive and that you'll know what's lacking there and how to heal that, how to fix that when they're there. I actually see, well, there's quite an age gap, but I actually see both of your children just actually thriving. And I
Mm.
know maybe you've got a very strong point of view around going to the public school, but you wouldn't ask the question if you weren't sort of thinking, "Should I
Questioning
go
it.
to the Steiner?" You know,
Mm,
you wouldn't question it. You sort of, there's something leading you to the public school. Now, look, they're
mm,
not going to tell you, you must go to the public school or you must go to the Steiner school. Guidance doesn't come through on that. What they are pointing to is you've already got the feeling, you're already like, I don't know why, but I feel like we should just book them into the public school. I feel like you've already got them booked in there. So,
maybe just
and
need some
guidance is
reassurance.
saying, I know,
Oh,
just go with it.
it's
Yeah.
It's so hard as a parent. I can't tell you the times I've asked for my kids over the years too, and it's you're just not sure. You just want the best for them.
Oh, of
And I'm sure
course.
wherever once they start, they'll start making little friends. And I've heard Steiner schools can be good. It's just it's a different type of way of educating, isn't it? And for some
Yeah.
people, you either love it or you don't. And then they've
Mhm.
still got to go to a secondary high school. Most of the time,
Yeah,
they pull them out of the Steiner schools to go to high school, and then you've still got to make sure there's no gaps. Mm.
that's right. I mean, 2 cards just fell
Mhm.
out for you, Talia. So when I asked about the public school, I got the animals card, right? So it's
Mhm.
a jungle out there. You gotta navigate it
It
whatever
really
way
is.
you go. But see, the Steiner school, I got the challenges card.
Okay.
So, you
Yeah.
know, like, I mean, you've got to use your intuition here. You've got to feel your gut instinct. But to me, it's like I'd rather walk amongst animals than the challenges.
I love that. That's a great one. Really good. Okay, let's have a look. We've got one for Christy. Now,
Mhm.
Christy's got a relationship question. Should I
Okay.
just close the door on that chapter I am struggling with at the moment? Is it done or will we at least be friends?
There's definitely a friendship there, Christy.
Mhm,
I always feel into it and I ask guidance, you know, which way is this going to go? What all they've said is the struggles that you're having at the moment are not going to go away. So if you sort of go, okay, let's start over again. Let's move forward. We'll keep trying. Guidance are like the same things are going to be there. And I'm
mhm,
sorry, I wish I could say the relationship would improve or, you know, with conscious effort on both sides. They're saying that the fact of the matter is it does feel like you've exhausted every avenue and those struggles are going to continue. Now, I think deep inside you, in your energy, in your soul, you're yearning for just a little bit more, and that person can't give you that little bit more. So it will always be there. But friendship, absolutely. I do. I
Mhm,
feel they're showing me that with this break apart or this, like step away from what the relationship is, it will take a bit of time, but I definitely see a really, really good friendship. I just feel like there's always going to be that connection in your life. And
mhm.
as we're talking, they're showing me that why this is so hard too is because you've had a previous life together and
Mm.
well, I feel like you were both males in that previous life and you were like brothers or, like really, really close comrades in this past life. And they're showing me that there was always, let's come back together again. Let's, have some sort of existence together again. And this time around, it was meant to be a deeper relationship, but you can do that just as friends. So,
Is
yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
so
wrestle
hard.
that she's having. So
Mhm,
I know. And look, I mean, this is coming up now, like we were saying before, we're coming to the end of the 9 year. Everybody is feeling this. We're exhausted, we're done, we've processed so much this year.
mm.
I know you're doing the same, Christy. You're thinking, oh my God, like why? These things keep coming up. It's exhausting. I want to be happy. But I think that part of you in your soul knows that it's not going to be the relationship you hope for. And next year, bringing in all that fresh energy to start again, part of you is like, oh God, I got to start again. But the other part of you is like, yes, because there's somebody else out there for me.
That's what I wanted to hear for Christy. That's great.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
Mm,
I know.
mm. There's someone else. That's good though.
Mm.
Always good
Oh,
to know.
yeah.
I think sometimes we get caught up in the moments or the people we're in relationships with and forget that life is a journey and there's all these other paths of people that are coming across our
Yeah.
lives so often and we don't think about that.
That's right. And like,
Uh,
I mean, even as we're talking, guidance is saying the new
mhm,
one, look, the new
mhm.
relationship that will come to you is not going to take very long and it's going to be so easy. And look, this just fell out for you, magic happening.
Oh, oh, how
So if you
beautiful.
need a sign, Christy, there it is.
Mhm, mhm. That's a
So
lovely
thank
sign,
you.
Marnie. Love
It is
that.
a good one.
Okay, next up we have Kylie. And Kylie's question is, will I win my unfair dismissal case?
Whoa, this is a big one.
Mm,
Oh, you are a fighter, Kylie. There's still some hurdles to jump through. They're showing me you're getting some advice now to settle or to wrap it up and complete it. And the reason that you're hesitant, I just feel like you're like this, oh God, I feel like no, not yet. And you're right, don't take that I don't know what number offer this is, but they're going, don't take that offer. Yep, you've had an initial offer. There's talk because they keep showing me in this vision. They just keep talking. Let's try and settle this without it going too much further. And you're right. You feel like I need to pursue this, and guidance are 100% behind you. It is going to take a lot out of you, though. And I'm looking into next year. They're showing me that there's going to be a lot more required of you to get to where you want to be with this unfair dismissal. You want a yes or a no? Yes, you will, but you've still got 4 or 5 months
mm.
before you get that yes. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
a
It's a
really
hard
tough
journey, isn't it?
one. It is a
Mm,
really hard one. And look, you could have been going for a year or two, but to get to this point, and that's why I really feel for you. I feel that
mm,
this is really, really tough for you. And I know it is because this is they're giving me the word unprecedented. So I feel like
mhm,
no one's challenged them before, or no one
mhm,
has got this far in the challenging process. And they're saying if you're prepared to keep going, uh, the end of January, early February, they're telling me they're going to come forward with another offer for you. It's not a bad one. Again, they're hoping to just like move you on with this. That's your deciding point. So if you think you're at that deciding point now, they're going, nope, there's
mhm.
so complicated, Christy. I'm trying to keep
Mm,
this as easy as possible.
mm. This
But
one's
then they're
Kylie.
going,
So
if you want to get Kylie, sorry, Kylie.
that's okay.
If you
Yeah.
if you want to get to really feel satisfied, you've got 4 or 5 months before you get the
And
win.
I guess it's Kylie might take the money, but then these people might get away with it again. I'm thinking if they've got away with it, right? So it's a hard place to be.
Well, that's what I feel she's doing this for.
Mm,
It's not just about the money,
mm,
it's about,
mm,
conquering what they're doing.
mhm,
And
mhm.
they haven't had somebody step up to them this strong before. So it's a
Good luck,
really tough
Kylie.
battle for you.
Mhm,
I'm just trying to pull it. Oh,
mhm.
there we go. I was just going to say, I wanted a card to see the outcome. Health.
Aw,
So this is the
that's
health card.
beautiful.
I just feel like you
Mhm.
get to a point where you say, for the sake of my health, I'm going to call it here. But I will say that I don't believe you. Oh, have we lost sound?
No, no, I can hear you.
Oh, my
Can you
light's
hear
just
me?
gone off. Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know what
Oh,
happened then. Sorry.
I know. We're 75
Maybe
minutes in.
guidance
Let's
want
not
me to
do it to us
stop.
now.
That's right. We're so close. Yeah, for the sake of your health, if it starts to really challenge you, step away. But they're saying if you go right to the end, you will get there and you'll get the
Mhm.
outcome you want. But there's still months to
That's
go.
great. Well done,
Okay.
Kylie. You've got the support now.
Okay.
Trudy is next up.
Okay. Sorry,
And
I'm still here. I'm
Trudy's,
just trying to get my lights
yeah,
sorted.
yeah, you're
There we
fine,
go.
Marnie.
We're good.
It's a lot of energy you've
Trudy?
got here. Trudy,
Yes.
yep. And Trudy's question is, hi, Mans. I am working hard at starting my business right now. My question is, do you and Spirit have any messages for me right now about my business?
Do we have any advice, guidance?
Yeah.
I think I know who this is. They're very excited that you've embarked on this treaty. Uh, it's what is it? It's daunting. That's the word they're giving me. It's very daunting for you at the
Mhm.
moment because it seems like a lot and there's a lot of energy and yeah, what are you showing me here? Keep going, they're saying. Mm. The one thing they're saying, because it's going to be picked up very quickly and very, like I'm just seeing this embrace, like people are going to embrace it as you go into next year. You need to be present. You need to have the information of your business in front of the right people, and they keep going like this. So there needs to be a lot of talk. You need to get a lot of conversation, a lot of talks going with them. If you can do that in the first 2-3 months of next year, or 2 months, it's about, they're showing me things like press releases, posters. This is not literal. This is, they're broadcasting. They want you to
Mhm.
broadcast. So
Mhm.
they want you to broadcast what your business is. You need to get the notification out there. All the back end stuff that you're setting up and that you're, trying to get your ducks in a row. They're going, no, you need to get it out there. You need to be talking about it. You need to do a mail out. You need to get the information out there and get people talking about it. That's what they want for you, especially in the first 2 months of next year. And then that's when you're planting the seeds and it starts to
Mhm.
get some traction. Okay.
Yeah. That's good. That's great.
So
Okay, now
that's
we've
what
got
they
quite a
want.
lot more. I don't think we're going to get through them all, Marnie. But
Sorry.
what I'll do is I'll just no, no, no. It's both of us, and you're doing such an incredible job.
Thank you.
Okay, so Jody, what does 2026 have in store for me generally?
Well, that's a hard one to answer in a couple of
Mm,
minutes.
mm,
Okay.
maybe just pick one
So
thing.
I was just going to say there's 3 cards that came out here. So I'm going to go with the cards
Mm,
here. I'm like, what area
mhm,
of her life? So
mhm,
number 1, the
mhm,
house card. So I feel like there's a move literally on the cards for you. So if that is not in your plan, Jodie, they really want you to consider where you're living location wise, and perhaps starting a new life somewhere else or in a different home. So house is one. Living your passion and doing what really lights you up is a really big one. Okay, I was just saying, are you talking about like burning old tires? And they're going, no, we need that. Are you an artist? Do you do artwork? Do you do art therapy? There's something like that there. So they're asking you to tap into your creativity and get that moving. The other thing they're showing me is the symbol for artist and teacher as well. So if you are already an artist teaching, therapy is as well with kids is really powerful. And honesty as well has come up for you. So this is about stripping away your barriers. They're showing me blocks and barriers, stripping that away and opening yourself up and putting yourself out there. So that could mean a relationship. That could mean, dropping your guard down a little bit, not putting yourself at risk, but dropping your guard a little bit and putting yourself out there, because it could be about going deeper in a relationship already as well, and you're holding back. So
Love that.
that would
Great
be
advice. Thank you,
the
Marnie.
things. Yes. Who else we got?
Okay. Chris has got a question.
Okay.
Chris's question is about work. Now, caught at a
Mhm.
crossroads to stay where I am in the company that I'm at or move on to somewhere else.
Okay. Oh, there's going to be lots of opportunities for you to move on next year. Uh, I'm getting a lot of stagnant energy around where Chris is at right now. And it's a comfort zone. And let me tell you, horse is not afraid of work, but horse also wants energy. And the one is all about starting new. So I kind of feel that this question has already come up before for Chris, and it's going to continue coming up as we go into the new year, because the universe, guidance, everyone wants Chris to have fresh and new, and we've all got to grow. That's what we're here to do. We've all got to change and grow and experience. And like I said, next year, if there's one consistent, that is change. And so they're showing me that there are big opportunities coming. Construction, even in mining and health, are massive industries next year. So it shows me that growth is going to be happening. So if they're the areas that you sort of want to work in, there's going to be a lot of new opportunities coming. And they're showing me, if you're in WA, like up north or offshore as well, as possibilities.
Great. Change is good. I like that.
Oh, yeah, you've got to be ready
Okay.
for change.
Yeah. Next up, we have Kate. And Kate's question is, will we end up buying a house with my parents this year? I'm assuming it means next year.
Okay. It's interesting. I feel like they have been looking for a while and they find like the house that they really like, and then it gets like someone else comes in with another offer.
Snapped up.
Yeah, that's it. So what they're showing me is there's this guidance is saying, tell them to take a break for now. Next 3 weeks, take a break. And then there's this energy from Kate and her family kind of going, if we take a break, we're going to miss the right one. Guidance is going, well, you won't find anything in the next 3 weeks. I know that much. So, yes, they're going to find something a little smaller than what that you're hoping for. So I feel like there's a very strong prerequisite around, we need a 4x2 or we need a 5x2 or we need, something specific. And they're saying just open up a little bit, maybe a 3x2 could work. Oh, thank you. And I kept seeing in the vision that it would be by water. Now the health cards come up. I'm drawn to the sun here. So they're saying the sun is going to peak, but see how it's sort of in the background, in the distance. So they're going, not right now, give it about a month. Then after that, the right thing is going to come up. And there is like a river or a lake, or if you're around here, estuary, ocean, there's something down the road from where you end up buying.
Love that. And the only
Hmm.
thing I can say to you, Kate, is I went through a similar circumstance maybe 4 years ago looking for a house, and it's so stressful when you're in it and you're
Mm.
going and putting offers in and missing out. And I kept going and then missing out. And then when I finally found the house that we wanted, I knew why all the rest didn't work. So hopefully that's the same for you, Kate.
There you go.
Mm.
That's right.
Hmm.
Cross fingers for you, Kate.
Okay. Yeah, fingers crossed. Okay, Kylie. Kylie, this is an important one. Kylie, I don't have a date of birth, but let's just ask, will my battle with cancer in 2026 be relatively easy, or should I prepare for a battle?
Um, they're just making me feel sick at the moment. So they are saying to me that, there's a level of concern around what you're going through, but it's not detrimental, as in, you're going to get through this. So let me just say that there is an outcome where you get through the other side. I don't get that there's a battle as such, like you got to fight it with everything you've got. I really do feel that, I mean, they said the first 2 months of next year is tough. So I don't know if you started the treatment or whatever you're about to embark on. They're saying the first 2 months are really tough, but after that, it just eases, and I'm getting this energy of lifting. So,
Lovely.
maybe it's an operation and then recovery and then
Mhm,
lifting, but they are telling me
mhm,
that they're giving me goosebumps now. Whatever your diagnosis or your prognosis is, they're asking you to believe yourself rather than, I mean, obviously you've got to pay attention to what the results are, but also, a lot of people are given, you've only got, so many years, or
mhm,
you've only got like this chance of overcoming it. And that's what they're saying. Please don't, put everything into that. I know I'm walking on eggshells here. I'm trying to be very careful with what guidance they're
mm,
showing me, but they're saying that there's a very, like, every opportunity for you to overcome this.
mhm.
I'm just trying to see if they're okay. So they are showing me treatment. I keep seeing you in a hospital bed as far as like having an operation or something. So they are saying that there is that sort of treatment. But I see you just recovering and yeah, like
Mhm.
improving and getting stronger.
Great.
So the first 2
That's a
months of
great
next year are
outcome.
like the hardest, I
Mhm,
think. I'm
mhm.
sorry that
That's
you're
great.
going through
So good.
this. Yeah, it's a
I
tough one.
know. We're sorry to hear, especially this time of year, Kylie. Really
Yeah, it's
wishing
really
you, sending you
scary.
lots of healing vibes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm. I've got Kimberly next, and Kimberly's question is, I like these kind of questions, very specific. Will my family and I move to Queensland from Victoria? And if so, when?
Okay. Okay. I just went to ask the question. They're going, you'll be in Victoria for a bit longer yet. They're saying not probably until August, very early August. So I know it's right in the middle of winter. But I don't know what the waiting period is or what needs to happen between now and then, because I always ask those questions. People always go, why do I have to wait 8 months before we move? And they're not telling me. I feel like there's more than one reason. So there's a whole lot of you that there's work commitments, there's, selling houses, finding the right property, whatever those reasons are, but they're actually giving me the 7th of August as being a really powerful
Mhm.
time next
Wow,
year, as you guys being able to move, as the doors opening and going, right, go for it. So yeah,
that's
I
awesome.
tying up all the loose ends. That's what they're
Mhm.
saying. You've got that much time to do that before you move up there.
So good. I like that.
So
Probably one
good
of the
luck with that
last
one.
ones. I'll do a
Mhm.
scan, Marnie, but this one's from Nisha, and Nisha has a lovely question. I love these questions too. Hi, Marnie. I would like to know if you can see me having a baby in 2026.
Okay. Oh, you've been through a lot, Nisha. They're showing me there's grief around Nisha. So I feel like there's been grief in respect of trying to fall pregnant, but also grief of loss as well. So they're giving me this really strong, heavy, that's how they make me feel grief. It just like really down, really sad. And they're saying that that's been like a bit of a struggle. Let me just see. Yes, there's a little boy that wants to come through for you. It's a cheeky little monkey. I keep going into the health and the physical of trying to fall pregnant, and they're going, no, the grief needs to be processed. So they are literally telling me this, that the grief needs to be fully processed. My go-to on that level, if you feel like you've moved past that, is sit down, write a letter to the people you've lost, or the pregnancies that haven't eventuated. Sort of let it go this year. Do it, burn it, let it go. Whatever those emotions are inside of you, and that wipes the slate clean, and then it offloads that heavy energy from you. And they might need to put her in touch with Chantel, actually. They're saying that there's some things that she can do to enhance. See, I'm not the doctor or the naturopath, or
Yep.
I don't know what the systems are, but they're going, fertility could be improved. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
But from a holistic perspective, not necessarily through fertility drugs or anything like that. Okay.
That's amazing. And Nisha, I'll just say, when I was very young, the first psychic I ever went to, my little girl's spirit came through with my grandmother, and
Oh,
she was really, really strong. And I was so young, I didn't think anything of it. And listening back years later, he described her personality to a T. And I always think
that's
that's so
beautiful.
special. Mm. So that's
Yeah.
amazing you saw the little boy, and I hope that little boy's with you soon, Nisha.
Yeah, he's a
So we're
sweetheart.
so sorry. Yeah, we're so sorry we couldn't do all of them. There is just so many here, and we really appreciate everyone joining us. I think, and
Yes.
thank you, Marnie. Like, this is such an energy process. We all have felt your beautiful care and consideration that you've given to every single one that's taken the time to put the questions in. So I really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you.
Hmm.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you for having me,
Hmm.
and thank you for everyone sending their questions in. And as it always is
Hmm.
when I do live readings, I feel bad that I can't answer them all, but yeah, it's maybe get to do this again one time, hopefully.
Yes, we would love that. And the reason we brought Money back, and this is for everyone who's been listening to the podcast, is that Money's podcast that we did in January this year was our most watched video on YouTube. It's
Oh,
absolutely incredible. It had our most watched hours all around the world, not just here. So that's why we redid another one. So if you're listening now and you want to know more about next year, we've gone into it in specific detail, and that episode's going live on New Year's Eve. And then give us feedback. We'd love to hear from you guys,
yeah.
what you got out of tonight, and also learning how money works and how the questions work. Like, I find it so fascinating to watch this unfold for people, especially if you're curious about how it all works. But anyway, and for those who we did answer questions, please feed back to us on how you found those answers, and even in time, like, let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Either for at Marnie on her page, or also on mine, Rachel.Ferguson, or at Sinks Body. Like, let us know, because we'd love your feedback on everything.
Yeah, thank you, Rach. And also,
Yeah.
I go
Mhm.
into more detail next year
Yes.
because I've got my 2026 Know Where You're Headed event, which is an hour and a half on all the astrology and all the numerology and all the predictions and everything. So,
That's
looking forward to
amazing.
that.
Can you tell our listeners a little bit more about what you do on there? So you go through everyone's individual astrology?
I sort of give
Oh,
an
cool.
astrology view on Western astrology. So, for the
Mhm.
fire signs, the elements, so like Leos, Saggies, the Virgos, the Aquarians, like everyone gets kind of an insight. It helps you prepare for the year. So when you kind of
Mhm.
know what the energy is going to be like for you, then you can apply it to work in your favor. And then I
Mhm.
do the Chinese astrology as well, so all individuals. So we touched on it a little bit tonight. What the tigers are going to experience, what the piggies are going to experience, what the rats are going to experience. So we go
Mhm.
into more detail on that level, more on the one. We go into, and then I have predictions. So I've got my notes here. I've been adding to that. Usually since September, they start lining me up for what's coming next year. And I do live readings as well while I'm doing it.
Amazing. And when are you running this event?
It will be on the 10th of February, and it will be the same
Hmm.
time slot as we've done tonight, so 4:30 till
Hmm.
6, and it will be recorded,
And
so
we
if you
just had a
can't make
question.
it. Oh, sorry.
Hmm.
There you
No,
go.
that's okay. It was when is the event? There, we've just answered for you. Yeah.
So I am actually
So
setting it
good.
up now. So I'll be putting it on my
Hmm.
social media and in my big newsletter I'll send out because there'll be an early bird. If you're in the MC community, that's part of your membership.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
if you're not, then I give an early bird that will be going out in the next few days. So you can jump on for a bit less. If not, tickets will be open right up until the day before the event next year.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Marnie. And thank you to everyone who's listened and who'll be listening back to this. We hope you've really enjoyed it. And remember to follow along at Marnie and Sinks Body for more tips and health and wellness and energy vibrational tips as well.
Everything. Thanks, Rachel. Thanks, everyone, for
Thanks,
being
Marnie.
here. Bye.
Thanks a lot. Bye. Bye.